In 2011, due to the Arab Spring, Egypt was going through a turmoil, which harkened back to a past time in 1950 when Egypt had a new change in government by ousting the king led by a military coup. We sat down with two people who had lived through these events, and this is their side of the story. This is Mohammed Aswad. He is a professor at Al-Azhar University specializing in Quranic reading. And this is Yasin Hamid, a former colonel in Nasser's
Is this fruit
army.
free?
We really believed in what Nasser had promised us. We supported him.
Nasser officially took power in Egypt in 1956.
And we thought we were making a change for the greater. The events that followed, they were not our doing. We were falsely led. We thought we could be ourselves and also modernize, but it didn't happen that way. Nasser didn't keep his promise.
Now Nasser, he was our man. We were doing the right thing. What you don't understand here is that, one moment, we were the change the country needed. We went through Negev, and we had to get rid of King Farouk, and the British just got out of there. I mean, sure, the Soviets came in later, but that's a whole nother different level.
The events of the 1950s, the Brotherhood, we were doing what the country needed of us. The junta under Gamal Nasser, he was ruining the country over militarization and despotic control.
Due to the constant fighting in Egypt between the Muslim Brotherhood and Nasser's regime, a state of martial law was declared.
We wanted democracy, we fought for democracy. 5 years after the death of Hassan al-Banna,
Hassan al-Banna was the leader and founder of the Muslim Brotherhood.
we were still doing everything for a democratic Egypt. We would never, and we still don't want to part with what makes Egyptians true Egyptians, and that is our religion. We will not let it go, and we did not let it go then.
See, what we needed at the time was nationalism. You know, there were those guys who thought, oh, we can just keep the old ways. We just got through going through World War II. We had German and Italian planes and tanks crossing our borders. Oh, it was time for culture, new dress. We took the Suez Canal. We needed industry, nationalism, a strong, powerful Egypt. It was the dawning of a new Egyptian era. And that's why Nasser was our man.
We fought, and fought, both in the civil arena and with arms and guns. Because that is what Egypt really needed.
See, these guys just wouldn't quit. We had to constantly pull them out. They were like a military with how organized they were. They were assassinating political members, and it was always us who had to drag Egypt from the back of the brink. We stood up to all the great nations, France, Great Britain, other neighbors. Sure, we had some Soviet help and all that, and I'll tell you, we had to stand up. They were the black box of Egypt. They were like a military, they were so organized. But you know what? Bring a couple Russian tanks in there, things tend to settle down real quick.
It's been a long, long ride. But now, finally, after 50 years of suffering, we will finally have the man Egypt really needs.
You see, we were Egypt, we are Egypt, and we will always continue to be Egypt. No matter what ideas they try to bring in, we will be the guards that stop them at the gates. And you can count on that because that's a fact.
Morsi will bring great change to this country. Finally, democracy, finally, speech, and finally, religion shall be restored and respected.
You see, we need Mubarak. Morsi isn't the one to lead us into the future. Sure, let him protest, let him throw rocks and all that. But you know what? If they do get Morsi in, they're going to come running back to us because they need order. They need someone to guide them along the true path to become the great country we deserve to be.